Houston Astros have announced officially that Jose Abreu will be in Sugarland starting tonight. One thing I don't like that the Astros do sometimes is when there is questions to be asked, they do not allow them to be asked. Because Jose Abreu will not be allowed to speak with the media, or the other way around. The media will not be allowed to speak with Jose Abreu tonight.
Devil's advocate argument. I mean, What the hell?
Why do you suck?
Well, what is he going to say before the game that would be noteworthy? Like, yeah, I need to be better. I was trying to get better. And after the game as well, I'm actually curious as to what he really even can say here. Until he plays well, it doesn't matter. And I think everyone's probably for the better if we don't hear from him, because there's one less thing to get mad at.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
To get quote tweeted to death. I mean, like, yeah, imagine if the Space Cowboys put out a tweet about Jose Abreu and what he said or what he did. What do you think Astros fans are going to do with that? I mean, he is the number one right now person that is most frustrating on this roster.
Yeah, big time. And I guess my question for Jose, honestly, would just be, like, I would lay out what they said the issues were, and do you really feel like you fixed them all in the last 30 days? Because that's what it's been. It's been about 24 days since he got sent to Florida. And then when they talked about the issues, about the quick twitch muscles and kind of undoing some of the stuff in the offseason, the way they originally talked about the issues that Jose Abreu was having with his bat speed and everything, I just am still in disbelief that these issues have been fixed in 24 days. So my question is, why are you here?
I can't believe it's been 24 days.
Yeah.
Also, they're 16-10.
And they're
no.
And they've won 2 games since it was announced that he was coming back or getting close to coming back. Because it was Sunday.
I think they're 3-3 since
Sunday morning
about it
when we found out that they so they're 2-2.
2-2
since Dana Brown said that he was coming back very soon. But it just would be my question, like, are you sure you're ready? Like,
I don't think anyone thinks he's ready. There's no reason that he would be ready now.
And that's why
especially with the messaging changing last week from Thursday to Sunday, from what you heard from Joe Espada to what you heard from Dana Brown to then what you heard from Dana Brown and then what you heard from Joe Espada.
Yeah.
It went from Joe Espada's like, yeah, we don't know what his timetable is, to Sunday Dana Brown saying, yeah, he's probably going to be back on Friday, to Dana Brown on Wednesday saying Singleton's our first baseman though, to Espada saying, well, but we do need to play him.
Yeah, I think Sean said it on Monday when we talked about it, that he had to have just a timetable agreement that no matter what really happened, and like he had a 900 OPS, whatever, in the complex league where he's playing guys who are top prospects but coming off of injuries at this point in time. So he's not playing all nobodies, but they're still like little children basically throwing pitches to him. So he did what he needed to accomplish, I would guess. And then my biggest pushback to the whole Jose Abreu thing was he was down there for so long to work on it. Does he really only need to be in Sugarland for 2 days? Like what? At a minimum of 2 days. Like shouldn't you get a larger sample size and be more openly saying he's going to be down there just as long as it is? But we'll see what happens.
You sound so optimistic saying that. We'll see what happens.
I want to I think it was like Todd the Show pushback. I apologize if it wasn't Todd.
I think it was Todd the Show was saying, well, what if he's good?
Yeah, like I hope that those people who are that optimistic and like glass half full times a million, that he might be good. I hope you're right. If Jose Abreu is what he was the last month of the season, the Astros are definitely going to run away with this division if he's back to what he was that last month. If he's that good, like, they're going to crush people. But he's not going to be that good.
But you said they're going to run away with the division.
Yes. I don't think they need him.
Did you say they're going to run away with the division, comma, probably?
No, I don't even remember. It's been so long.
That was what you said about the defense. The Houston Texans defense is going to be awesome. Probably.
I was trying to remember for a second. I was like, when did I was like, what did I say that with? I thought it was a Texans.
It wasn't even probably. It was I hope, which is less than probable.
That was it. Yeah, that was it. I think we should do that with all of our takes going forward now.
Okay, you ready?
People believe in that.
All right, you ready? Kyle Tucker is gone. I think. Is that the same?
It's worse because it's negative. You're putting negative energy out there on a Friday.
After the season that Kyle Tucker has had, Jim Crane will definitely re-sign him. I hope.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. He won't, though. He's gone.
God, did you see all of his advanced statistics?
Yeah, they're awesome.
So I don't know what any of these things mean because, Michael Wilbon, I hate all the advanced statistics. I don't care if it makes me sound like an old person, but this is all the things that Kyle Tucker is leading the majors in. Home runs with 17. Only 3 Astros to this point have had this many. Lance Berkman in 02, Morgan Ensberg, that's a fun one, in 06, George Springer in 19. His OPS leads the majors. His FWAR, I don't know what that is, but it's a 3.4, which is tops in baseball. So I'm guessing it's an adjusted wins above replacement. His OPS plus is higher than everybody at 203, including Shohei Ohtani. And his lowercase w RC plus is second only to Shohei Ohtani. I don't know what his Klondorp or Knopf Flabel is, but I'm sure that those are towards the top, Joe, of the majors too.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if Kyle Tucker's contract doesn't start with a 3, then he ain't gonna sign it, and he shouldn't.
What if it was $3?
Good point.
I hope
3 with a bunch of commas.
300,000. I hope.
More commas.
Said Jim Crane.
More commas. Keep going.
Yeah.
He's going to get a massive deal. I mean, he is.
Yeah, he's crushing it right now.
Even if he had a little bit of a down, even if this doesn't continue at this exact pace, Kyle Tucker is going to be in contention to where I don't want him in the home run derby, but he's going to be a top candidate for the home run derby this year. He is going to finish at this point top 5 at worst.
I hope.
AL MVP.
I hope.
And he's going to make a lot of money, and he is not going to be Houston Astro.
I don't hope.
They missed the boat.
I hope not.
Yeah, there we go. I like that. David comments on ESPN, Joe, pushing back on your take that the Astros are going to run away with this. Stop it. This team isn't good. The rotation is trash. No way in hell do they see the playoffs. What a disgrace Bregman is. David is not having a good day, it sounds like.
I mean, Bregman is a disgrace. So
a disgrace.
I mean, Joe Spada doesn't know what he's doing with Alex Bregman. So
Alex Bregman is a disgrace. I hope not.
At the moment. In his last 8 games since moving back to the cleanup spot, Alex Bregman's hitting 129. Has a 129 batting average. Remember when he was crushing it before that, and then they moved the lineup around again because Joe Espada just wants to tinker for no reason. Yeah, good decision, Joe. Maybe move him back. I disagree. I think they're going to win the division this year. I look at what's going on with the Mariners and the Rangers, and I look at the Astros, and I say that's a good baseball team. They're going to be a good baseball team. Things are not perfect this season, no. But you are in the worst division in baseball.
Yes.
You are still the best team, in my opinion, and you're going to win the division.
Hell yeah.
I hope.
There we go. There we go.
Let's go to the phone. 737-803-7760 HRMP listener line. Pena, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yo.
Look. So Crane he wants to build a Crane Village or whatever it's called, right? I mean, he's got to sign. He's got to keep some stars here because what we got coming up isn't looking too good. So if you want to fill that up, you got to sign your stars, man. Like we got lucky with Springer. He didn't do too good in Toronto. I haven't really been paying too much about Correa. Garrett Cole, he really wasn't one of ours, but he's doing good in New York. I mean, if he wants to fill that up, Minute Maid is going to be empty in a couple of years if he doesn't sign his stars. He's got to do something. At least one. Do something, man. You're acting like Jerry Jones, man. And look what the Cowboys are doing. Nothing. That's it, man. Y'all have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day, man.
Thanks, Pena. Appreciate you. Have a good one, too. I mean, they signed Yordan Alvarez and Jose Altuve. The problem is that Pena, I agree with you. The thing is that the Houston Astros organization has let all those guys you named walk, and all they keep doing is winning.
The other problem is too the extensions that they have given haven't aged great. I mean, look, the Altuve extension, you're feeling great about it right now, but we'll see. Rafael Montero has not aged well. Lance McCullers has not aged well. Yordan Alvarez this year, it's been a rather slow start. At least he got a home run this week. I forget what day of the week it was. And on top of that, Christian Javier, that contract, which looked like a bargain, is also not aging well. So you have a bunch of deals that don't age well. You're probably going to get a little gun shy going forward, which is a shame because the guy that you should be giving the deal to, at least with the way he's playing right now, he did stink in the postseason last year, is Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, I mean, and even if the ones that haven't worked out here, like Springer's not been good. I mean, he has been very good at times, but he's just not on the field enough.
That's the big problem always with Springer. Springer, he was like the clubhouse leader, the heart and soul of the Astros, but the injuries happened a lot with him. I mean, much like with Correa.
Correa hasn't had more than 65 RBIs in his 2 years with Minnesota. Now, he's only missed 60 games. He played in 136, 135 games. So it's about 60 games in 2 years, which is pretty good for Carlos. I mean, he's played in 32 this year, so he's missed some time. But, like, I don't think you regret letting Carlos or Springer walk. Cole, I don't count, to be honest. I think he was gone. He was going to be a Yankee. He didn't want to be here. Not that he didn't want to be here, but he only wanted to be there. So Cole was gone anyways. Every other deal of guys you've let walk, I think you come out on the right side of, to be honest. Tucker's the one where I'm not sure you'll end up on the right side of the history of that one.
It might have to be injuries plague him in his 30s.
Yeah,
is how it doesn't work out. Because as far as on the field, again, other than the 2023 playoffs, like he's been rock solid.
Yeah, it's he's gone. Like they're not gonna get a deal done.
He's gone, by the way, after the end of next season.
Exactly.
Maybe he stinks it up his contract year like Bregman does.
I hope so, because then I would actually pay Tucker. I wouldn't pay a dime to Bregman right now.
Because that way you're just buying the dip, you know?
Yeah.
This, for Bregman,
buy low.
Might be more than a dip.
Yeah. It might just be keep going. Keep going down. Text line here says Tucker is a free agent after next season. Abreu, Montero, Graven, all off the books. Use that to pay him. So is Fromber. So is Bregman. There is no excuse of money, in my opinion, with Tucker. It's a length of contract that I wonder if I think that's going to be the bigger issue.
Well, there are definitely creative ways you could probably do it where you're not going to be getting absolutely killed in the luxury tax with a payroll north of $300 million because you're not the Dodgers and you're not the Mets. And I'm curious as to if Jim Crane will explore those options and if Kyle Tucker would consider a contract where the first couple of years of the extension are lower and the back years are very expensive. Because that, again, could backfire spectacularly on you.
Shohei style.
Right. Well, yeah.
Do a full Shohei where he gets paid nothing for 10 years. And then when he's off the team, that's when he gets paid.
And even then, like, to further this point, just a little bit, if you look at going forward, when you get to 2027, which that's what year 2 of his contract,
if the world
McCullers is off the books. Like, you don't have big time contracts. In 2027, your foremost expensive players are Christian Javier at $21 million, which feels like yikes. Josh Hader at 19. Yordan Alvarez goes up to 26.83. Jose Altuve is $35 million.
I mean, that's 100 plus.
That's 2027. But don't forget that in 2028 and 2029, Altuve did you a huge favor. He's only making $30 million between those two deals. There is money to be had for Kyle Tucker.
But you're still expecting them to want to pay close to $200 million or well over $200 million during a time where I think it remains to be seen if the Astros will be where they're at right now. So I think that's ultimately going to be the other thing too. Like, is Jim Crane going to at a certain point say, you know what? It's time to ride off into the sunset in terms of paying people.
I mean, he said the championship window's open for as long as he's here. If he's still here, championship window's open.
Here's the thing. He should know. He knows he can't build his little Craneville thing if they don't win.
No.
We all have eyeballs. We all can see what happens at Texans games, at Rockets games, at Astros games.
Yeah.
You don't win, they don't come.
Yeah.
No one goes downtown. So if there's no good baseball,
Especially now the roads are closed because of all
Yeah.
the glass from the derecho.
like if there's no good baseball, then there's no Craneville.
I do think that part of town is nice, but I also agree with you in that it's something that people just don't really go downtown for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's just not a thing.
It's
here.
also, like you mentioned, like with Houston and with the Astros, it's like Jim Crane should know more than anyone what happens when you don't put a competitive team on the field.
Bandwagon ass city.
No one shows up.
Right.
Like not just less crowds than they have in the past or even than they have right now, because right now it's a little bit lighter of a crowd, especially when they're 12 and 24. Like you're not going to be able to build a Craneville if you're even a mediocre baseball team.
Yep.